Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Mass Effect Andromeda. I filmed the last episode yesterday, and I'm still technically on my break, but I can't. I really want to play this game. You can't get rid of me. I'm obsessed with Mass Effect. I'm going through something. So, thank you for being here. Let's just get into it because I really want to play. So last we left off, me and PB Herman and Vetra and Liam we are about to make our first outpost on Eos. It's very exciting. Thank you for all the tips and such too. They're very, very helpful and very welcome. Oops. Oh, I have to level up. That's something we have to do. So y'all said you didn't like, what's it called? Oops. You guys said that you didn't like Backlash either, and I realized it's Lash. It's called Lash, or Tentacle Lash. And it's from Mass Effect 3. That's what I thought that was. But that it's on me. I didn't check. So I'm gonna get Lance instead. Devastates a small area. Okay, so it's kind of like throw. So let's assign it to here. Great. And then Liam, can you do anything? You have 1 point, so no. Okay. Let me just double check the journal. Establish an outpost at an appropriate site. So we have not established the outpost yet.
Radiation levels within acceptable limits.
I love that bridge. Wait, on the map, what did it say? I don't know. Also, what's this? Can I fast travel? I don't think so. I hope that you all are having great days. It's Sunday for me. I'm gonna play D&D later, which I'm excited
Hostiles
for.
ahead!
Am I going the right way? Maybe. Perhaps. We'll see. We will eventually find out.
Cat ahead. They appear to be fighting a Krogan.
Is that Drack?
Drack!
Radiation levels within acceptable limits.
Okay, so I like that.
About time you joined the party. I'm angry. Good.
Wow.
Good one. That's it, kid. Keep it up.
Ooh.
Good one.
Headshot. What's his face? Liam.
Nice.
Thank you. Oh, that works well even without singularity.
That fight was fun.
You're telling me.
You can really handle yourself, kid. And I hear you're the one to thank for clearing up the sky. Had your number all wrong.
Yeah, you did.
So, the clouds parted. These Ket look pretty keeled over. Maybe us humans can pull our weight after all.
Well, you can, clearly. But there's a lot to do before I'd be that smug about it.
That almost sounds like a compliment. What do you say? Want to help us do some good?
You know what? I'm gonna ignore my gut and join up. This
Yay!
fight was good. We can do it again. And before you go saying you don't need a Krogan, believe me, you do.
Oh, I believe you. Your armor's so cool, it's like bones.
That's what I said.
Okay.
This is where we'll build our new outpost. A real beginning.
Prepping deployment order. You must choose what purpose this new outpost will serve.
The Nexus doesn't get a say?
Resources are at a crisis point. Protocol states this judgment call falls to the Pathfinder. With current supplies, you could build a military outpost focusing on defense and militia training. Alternatively, a scientific outpost could advance the initiative's research and discoveries.
Opinions, team?
What do you think? Military outpost or scientific?
I say scientific. Aren't we here to explore?
That's what I thought
It's
too.
got to be science. Our colonists need to understand their home.
Be advised that the first outpost placed by a Pathfinder will be a statement in itself. Fair
Yeah.
or not, your choice will represent the initiative and its intentions in Andromeda. Consider carefully.
Scientific.
Prioritize research and discovery. That's our foundation. And our future.
Orders prepped. Ready on your signal.
I wonder if I had brought like Cora or well, I guess she's the only option if she would have said military. But I think, yeah, science, exploring. That's what Papa Ryder would have wanted. I think. I'm pretty sure.
Andromeda Initiative. This is Ryder. Pathfinder. EOS is ready for deployment.
Copy that. Outpost block inbound. And ready as hell. August Bradley, operational head
I
for this
love
block.
the name
Mayor now, I
August.
suppose. We're ready to make the most of what you delivered.
Not just my efforts.
It took a lot of people to get us this far. That's the work you'll continue.
I hear that. Prodromos. That's what we're calling her.
Prodromos.
They're eager. I haven't seen eager for months. EOS is far from golden. But now it's a producer. A real and reasonable first step. They think you did the impossible. The Nexus. I warned them, hoping was irresponsible. You proved me wrong, Pathfinder.
What are you playing at? Seems like being my friend is suddenly valuable.
Fair assumption.
I said what I said. I said what I
The
said.
reality rider, you brought us time, but one outpost on a long-shot planet won't stop us from starving. You already have a lead on something else?
The nav point. From the vault.
Now it gets complicated. The others are ready to officially sanction your efforts, to be a part of your success. We all want the initiative to succeed, but after failing for so long, no one agrees on how to do it. Be aware, that's all.
Don't worry. I majored in glad handing during Pathfinder training.
We're led by the best. Talk to Bradley. Later, we'll go over the extended job of Pathfinder. Until then, Tan's waiting on the Nexus.
Speak with Tan. Give Eos radiation time to clear. Huh.
Detecting above normal radiation levels.
Radiation time to clear. I don't really know what that means. Can I guess let's go here.
Radiation levels normal.
So it wants me to go back on the ship, but
Word with you. Pathfinder. Jacob Mitney, Research and Development. My team's just getting set up here, but we've made a discovery you might want to check out.
All ears.
We've put together a blueprint for augmenting your armor plating. Uploading it now. If you can collect the necessary resources from around Eos, it should work.
Sounds useful. Good thinking, Mitney.
This could form the basis for armor production across the initiative. Scrounge safely, Pathfinder.
okay. Pathfinder chest plate or chest piece. No messages. I have to say, I think we're doing a good job as Pathfinder.
And actual sunlight to wake up to. This would be great.
Enjoy it. I'll be up all night collecting moisture reading.
Bradley asked about it. Is there anything he's not overseeing?
Let's look over here. I actually want to see what the things are that I need. Additional tasks. Need a hero. Shoo-be-doo-be-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I don't know. This game is huge.
Pathfinder, Major Domo Evan Bell Scott. I have headaches, so you don't have to. Rather, so Bradley doesn't have to. I've also coordinated with your Ket expert. He wanted me to remind you to find him.
I didn't assign a Ket expert to Padromos.
And he's a hell of a self-motivator. Here's the nav anyway.
Who's
Precision
this?
is important.
Thoughts on your boss?
The old man. He's pretty tied into what happens here. I just pick up the day-to-day scraps. Good at cracking the whip for these science types. Doesn't fall for the details. I hope he's proud. Feels like he's proud.
Aww.
Any trouble with the Ket?
Clearing the sky cleared it for the bad guys as well as us. So some uptick in hostility was to be expected. We've some tricks up our sleeves, thanks to the research teams. That only goes so far. Your expert is still out there. He'd have more current information than I.
How did you come to the initiative?
Like many, I was lost and looking for a purpose. That sounds loftier than it felt at the time. I was an insufferable ass. The training for the trip was probably enough to cure me of it. But I always took things too far. Didn't know how to stop alienating people until I was the alien.
Ooh.
See? Still insufferable.
Sounds like you left some interesting circumstances.
I miss the family, and maybe they miss me. But that doesn't mean I'd go back. I mean, we can't, but still. I like where I came from. It's a great place to be from. Know what I mean?
I know exactly how you feel. Couldn't wait to be from somewhere.
Like a bullet leaves a gun. Sometimes you just gotta go.
Where do you launch out of?
The pale blue dot, Terra Prime. Big old boring Earth. I miss that wet dog smell after the first snow melts. I don't know why. What about you? Miss anything?
I miss the time on the couch before media loads. Make your choice, and as a B- rom-com bounces between satellites, the size of the planet decides how long you wait in the dark.
Your popcorn sounds nice, Pathfinder.
Another time.
Of course.
That was a sweet little conversation. From August, Tan, appreciate the personal interest, but when people are getting twitchy with all the messages you're sending them, I'd like their minds on the job, not being under a microscope. Addison's the one I call. Okay. Initial setup went by the books and were operational in record time. Be proud. I am. I thought he was talking like Yoda. Be proud.
Hello there.
Ah, Pathfinder. I hear you're to thank for a physics-defying atmosphere processor.
That's me. I'm Ryder.
Haley Abrams, Director of Scientific Research on EOS, and writer of papers that start what the hell weather. But new galaxy, new world, and a really new start. Gotta keep up. How can I help you?
What kind of research are you working on?
Your basic first in scientific work, soil, water, atmospherics, plus studying remnant tech, because now I need to understand that to survive
Oh,
here.
so would it be different if I chose military? Like, would the characters be different?
Activating that vault changed the planet. Anything to worry about?
Considering it's world-altering technology we've never encountered before, I hope not. But the storms show no signs of returning, and I know who to contact for remnant tech support. I'll take it.
What do you make of Lieutenant Bradley?
Determined as hell. And he has incredible faith in us to get this done. Bradley would carry this outpost on his back if he had to, and we'll make sure he never has to.
Goodbye.
I've got to go.
Keep up the good work.
Pathfinder, mind giving me your opinion on this? I'm planning classes for our first school, when we have one.
Dude.
Some say we shouldn't teach Milky Way
Sir.
history. All irrelevant now, apparently.
No, it still matters.
We were all shaped by that history. Our children deserve
Sir.
to know how and why.
Can
Agreed.
you move away?
Maybe
I
you'll
can't
change a
see
few
who I'm
minds.
talking
Thanks
to.
for stopping.
Of course. You scared the shit out of me, Liam. What is your issue? Hi, August.
Mayor Bradley.
Pathfinder, good to see you. We're busy as anything, thanks to you. Bit dusty, but we can adapt. It's worth it when it's your own.
Let's not drive people too hard. Rough enough getting this far.
Nothing you see here came from cracking a whip. Everyone is just ready. You go do what you need to on the Nexus. Follow that dot. There will be more to do on EOS later. Some key positions: Connor Supply, Ramirez Medical, Abrams Science, Fawkes Engineering. With them and my major domo, we won't end up like Site 1 and 2.
I combed the first 2 outpost attempts. Those people died trying.
And they deserved better from the Nexus. That's where I point the finger. We'll remember. You
I
changed
love the
this
color of
planet,
his suit.
but that doesn't make it easy. We'll use the efforts of those who went before. Good people, every last one. I'd have been honored to fail with any of them.
I haven't reached the end of that trail, but not everyone died outright.
Right. They tell me there were staggered evacs. If any want to try again, they're welcome. Oh, and Pathfinder, this is for you. It's our flag. Hang it where the Nexus can see. It's touched the soil of our first outpost in Andromeda. Make it real.
Aww. That's sweet. Okay, but I'm still exploring. I mean, I guess I can come back. I don't know. I don't think anything's here. What's this thing? Memory trigger. Oh, it's search for memory triggers that will unlock Sam's
An
array.
eidetic trigger related to your father and the portions of my memory array
Okay,
he locked.
cool.
What triggered it?
Alec tied it to your progression as Pathfinder, not to a location. Puzzling as it may be, my programming is clear. Locating more of these triggers will unlock the memories. One of your father's memories is now accessible. Return to Sam Node on the Hyperion to investigate further.
Okay. Okay, back to my ship. Y'all won't believe what I did. I set up an outpost. Tan, you better trust me now. Yes.
Ascent is go.
Leaving Atmo. All clear.
I don't know if I was supposed to stay there and like do that armor stuff, but you guys were talking about Helios armor, so I don't know if the Pathfinder armor is what I should be focusing on. Or it was like Helios or Helio that I research, I think. I'll have to look it up again. Helios.
Before the meeting gets started, I have bunk assignments for PB and Drack.
Already put my rucksack in the kitchen. I'll hang out there if that's okay.
And I'm in one of the escape pods. More my speed. That's fantastic. Welcome aboard. Any thoughts, Ryder?
You're professionals. I'm not going to babysit bunk assignments. Let's talk about our success on Eos. Besides establishing our first viable outpost, we did some amazing things. We discovered the Remnant and breached their vault.
And didn't get killed.
Overcame radiation poisoning a number of times.
And didn't die.
Confronted by Ket at every turn.
Once again, did not get killed.
You guys really need to raise the bar on what you call success.
Yeah, should we use the Krogan definition of success that got your homeworld nuked by your own people?
Oh.
Fair enough.
Let's focus. Back to the task at hand. Looking forward.
Exactly. Here's my only question. When do we hit that next vault? It looked active. We have to get on that.
Hang on, hang on. We need to not go off half-cocked.
There are initiative priorities. The team calls the shots.
Actually, the Pathfinder calls the shots, just to be clear.
So what do you need from us, Ryder?
Let's be kind and give each other the benefit of the doubt. Finding a home for tens of thousands in this hellscape is stressful enough without adding dysfunction.
You got it, boss.
Yeah, no petty drama, okay? No pettiness.
If Krogan are known for one thing, it's getting along.
But not humility or self-awareness.
Okay, let's head back to the Nexus. PB, Drack, see Lexi for a physical? Good meeting, everyone.
I love the color of her suit. Okay, augmentations. I see you, I see you. No calls. I'm gonna go down.
How long were you on Eos, Drack?
Long enough to get sand in cracks I didn't even know I had.
Drack.
And neglect your prosthetics.
Neglect adds character.
So we have a stowaway.
You mean PB?
She's decided to set up in one of the escape pods. You don't need a psychologist to tell you that one's got commitment issues.
How long have you and Harry been friends?
I remember when he didn't complain about arthritis. We met at a medical convention on the Citadel. He was moderating a panel on neurosurgery in low-gravity environments. His name card was crooked, but he was so damn confident, I knew we'd be friends.
How do you think the crew is holding up?
I'm happy to share what I can without violating patient confidentiality. Anyone in particular? I sort them in their files, and my brain by species.
Tell me about Vetra.
Vetra's used to having someone depend on her. I think that's why she's so resourceful and likes providing for other people. That being said, I think she could use a little me time.
Thanks for the insight. How did you get into medicine?
My mum was a dancer on Omega. Dad was a bouncer.
Oh.
I'd patch him up after busy nights. Discovered I had steady hands.
Wow.
They put every credit they earned into my education.
That's sweet.
Are they here in Helios?
No. Both died in a turf war. Made leaving the Milky Way behind easier.
So how did an Asari doctor end up on the human ark?
Specialist in alien anatomy, remember? That includes humans. Also, Harry insisted. Maybe he always intended to switch jobs.
I'll let you get back to it.
I'll be here if you need me.
Well, I need you to move out of the way because I want to do some research. Development. I don't have enough. Oh, so it's just there if I want to like get okay. Okay, research. A sword! Charging toward many combined blades and biotics. Krogan hammer. I want to try the sword. I can't afford it. Hyper Guardian. Augmentations. I don't know. Okay. That's weird. Let's go chat with whoever we come across.
Feels like early brain surgery. Just poking and hoping.
As long as it helps us to live here, I don't care how the vault's doing it.
Magnificently. That's how.
I prefer tech with more exposed bolts. If you can't open it, you don't own it. Long time no chat. What's up?
What's your social circle like?
I'm good for a laugh, so I know lots of people, but I don't let too many in. My one true friend is stationed on the Nexus. She's the only piece of the Milky Way I brought with me. The more you and I get to know each other, the more you'll probably hear about her.
Okay.
How tough was it on the Nexus all those months?
Have you ever eaten overcooked space cow tongue?
No.
Can't say I have.
Well, let me tell you, it's tough. Wondering if you're gonna die from a critical malfunction, or maybe starvation, imagining which would be worse. But hey, you could always take a break from the fear and boredom to dwell on being a part of the biggest failure in galactic history. Maybe even participate in a revolt.
What was your take on that?
I didn't place any bets, if that's what you're asking. Truth is, I don't think anyone made out particularly well. Whatever side you're on, you die a little when your brother, your teammate, becomes an enemy. We traveled all this way, all hope and wonder, and we end up fighting with each other over scraps. It's sad.
I hear we have you to thank for getting the Tempest space ready so quickly?
Vetra brings her impossible feats to me. I was itching to get this particular call. Capital R ready. Don't tell her, but the truth is, I fudge reports to come in early, then bust ass in secret to make up for it. Expands the guild legend. Plus, I convey calm and assurance, and the whole team relaxes, which helps them do their jobs better.
I don't really care
Seems
about
like
him.
We have a good group here.
Well, Vetra and Suvi are my girls. Get along well. Lots of mutual respect. PB's a real spark plug. I like her, but she's exhausting.
You just met her.
Drack's my kind of guy. Brash.
You just
takes no
met
shit.
him. What?
As far as your Hyperion peeps go, the Doc's kind of nosy. Liam's good for a laugh or two. Cora, she's a bit by the book for me.
By the book keeps us alive.
Hey, variety's the spice of life, right? Different strokes makes for healthy debate.
What about Kello?
He's a pilot.
Which means...
He flies the ship.
We're leaving it at that then?
Does a Pathfinder know what to do with a dead end?
Good talking to you, Gil.
Anytime.
Gil, I don't really care about you at all. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. You were not interesting me. So don't expect me to talk to you a lot. Can I go down?
terraforming, Atmo processors, gravity wells, life-destroying murder bubbles. We really had no idea what Helios was about, did we?
If we knew what it was all about, it wouldn't be an adventure. It would just be moving, and everyone hates moving. Just the packing alone. Bleh.
Point taken. I'm just saying. I really hope you have a plan, Ryder.
The plan's the same. We find a home. Whatever that takes.
Keep that drive. Makes me believe we can make it. I mean, we have to make it. The alternative is not even worth thinking about.
You were on the Nexus when the revolt happened?
When you promise people golden worlds and all they get are wastelands and a death cloud, they riot. Some wanted to go home, some demanded answers, and a couple just wanted to stir shit up.
And you?
Some days I wondered if the exiles had a point. Maybe we were conned into coming here. But why would the Initiative go to all this trouble just to screw us over? Thing about conning people, you always know something they don't, and that's why the con works. And if I'm going to pick a side, I'm picking the liars.
You talked about your back channels. What did you mean?
We brought a lot from home. Some of it marked initiative, some of it in personal caches. Most things you want, someone's got. You just have to figure out who, and what they're willing to take in exchange.
It can't be that simple.
Oh, but it is. Most things are simple once you know the trick to them.
How did you hear of the Andromeda Initiative?
Short answer, Cash. She was looking for some experimental ship mods, and I knew how to track them down. I thought it was a one-time deal, but she came back. Once, twice. Eventually, I figured out something was going on. Something big with creds behind it. I asked and she told me about the initiative. New galaxy, new home. Couldn't pass that up.
Have anyone else here with you? Besides Sid?
No, just me and Sid. It's always been just the two of us.
No, I mean, someone special.
Just
Special?
the two of us.
Oh. You mean like... Oh.
Oh.
No, nothing like that. Who has time? What about you?
Anywhere's gonna feel empty if you don't have someone to share it with.
A romantic? I wasn't expecting that.
I
And
am.
again, the entire idea of leaving everything you know for a chance at something new is kind of romantic.
Oh yeah, Vetra.
Anyway.
Anyway, I'll let you go.
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
I'll let you
You know
go.
where to find me.
Hee hee. His arm in the box.
Prodromos. Sounds good, doesn't it? We started Pathfinder. A new life. That is goddamn brilliant.
I'm interested in you.
You barely covered how you joined. Tell me something about yourself.
Alright, I was a bad student, piss poor cop, great responder. Had a good life, but it'd all been done. I wasn't looking to start over. I wanted to start big.
Tell me about your family.
I missed the hell out of them. Some nights you just cry, right?
Oh.
That's the thing everyone does. Mom Joelle, Dad Calvin, both lawyers. Met on the Citadel, settled on Earth. No brothers or sisters. That might have been too much to leave.
Aww.
It was traditional. How about you?
Life with my family was not typical on a number of fronts.
You make do though, right? Family has to. I know mine did. I said goodbye to my mom and dad and got on a ship to Andromeda.
You were a cop, then crisis response? Couldn't have been long in either.
Didn't have the patience for law, so I figured enforcement. Dad knew it didn't fit before I did. But it got me into hustle. They mostly take vets and retired service. Best years of my life.
An impatient rookie, frustrated by procedure. That's overdone.
I know, right? I wanted new, and I got it. And that led me here.
We'll talk later.
Bye.
I know it.
I probably shouldn't say I'm interested in you yet. I like him, and I guess technically Perry's interested in him, but I don't think she's gonna say it outright just yet. I don't know. I feel like I have time. I don't want to accidentally get locked in with someone because I don't have my chat. I have you guys. after the fact to tell me if I get locked in. So, yeah, feel free to warn me. Oh, maybe not. This is Vetra's room. The other one is Liam's. So let's go up. I think it's... up. I checked in there, though. What's this? Gil. Oh, so I'm going the wrong way. Okay.
Report from the Nexus. Population's growing as people wake up. Lots of hopefuls waiting for a home.
Bradley will have all the help he can take.
They'll be starting crops soon.
Crops?
Can't tell if they have enough water or too much. I grew up on a little cargo freighter. Only saw gardens in vids, but I always loved them.
That's precious.
I daydreamed about planting a big rose garden when we got here and still imagine it sometimes. Roses in Helios.
It'd be good to bring something beautiful across galaxies.
Oh.
Everyone in the initiative has their something beautiful. I didn't for a while. After I left the Asari Commandos, well, I didn't leave. My mentor, Nasira, said I should go.
Why?
The initiative would suit you better, was all she said. Being a huntress suited me fine, but she insisted.
It sounds like she cared more about what you needed than about what you wanted.
I didn't need to be rejected.
Yeah.
Still, that's familiar. When your biotics are honed into huntress-grade weapons, people can be weird about it. The initiative seemed better. Just didn't see how I'd fit into their brave new galaxy. I never fit anywhere before. Then I met some jerk named Ryder. Talked about traveling to Andromeda like he was teaching you how to see it.
What part of that vision made you want to take the plunge?
A civilization where everyone had a place, even AI, or an overpowered human biotic. Your father said, I get being different. Now imagine being welcome and making others like you welcome too.
Aww.
When I was 13, I could warp a steel girder. He made me wonder, what if someone had told me that's okay?
He gave you a dream to work toward. He was good at that.
Oh.
Who doesn't want to belong? Especially somewhere like the Initiative. So I gave the Initiative my all. Kept thinking of the niche I wanted. My rose garden. I thought I knew what I was going to be.
This is about not taking over as Pathfinder?
Didn't think it would still sting. Nasira, your father, even my parents. They leave, I'm left without answers. Nowhere to stand.
I get that.
I'm not
We've
gonna
all
be
had a lot
mean.
of disappointments lately.
Because she's just jealous.
Doing well. For having no training, being your second isn't so
She's
bad.
just jelly.
And if that remnant tech pays off, maybe someday I'll have roses too.
Okay. Sure. You know, you're just jealous of me, and that's fine, and I will accept it, okay? Where's Drack? I think they're through here. I always think I'm gonna fall when I do that.
Where's my data pad? Oh, how'd you get under there?
She's so cute.
Subi, were you talking to your notebook?
Oh, I wasn't I? I do that sometimes. Scans of the Scourge. All that dark energy twisting and turning on itself. It's splendid. I suppose it is a rather darkly beautiful phenomenon. Darkly beautiful. I like that.
Ugh, she's my
Helios
favorite.
is
She's
incredible,
my favorite.
isn't it? Not just constructs like the Scourge and the Remnant Vaults. Just all of it. So alien. A constant reminder of the divine intelligence behind all creation.
Hmm.
You mean...
religious?
a god? Yes, I believe in a higher power. I know it's a little odd, but I am a scientist because science brings me closer to something greater than myself.
I don't know if she... I don't think... Like... I don't think Perry would say there's no higher power. That's, like, rude to say to someone.
There's
This is
something about
mean.
coming face to face with something wondrous that makes you want to believe.
Yeah, I like that answer. I like that
Wow.
response.
It's wonderful to meet someone who understands. I've had to justify myself so often. As if having faith in the divine invalidated my work as a scientist. As if this sacred could be diminished by the search for truth.
Ooh, I love her.
You definitely have an interesting perspective on the interplay between faith and science. I'd really like to pick your brain on that sometime. Maybe over drinks? The Nexus? I'd like that. Now I should probably update the rest of the team with my latest reports. We'll talk later.
She's so cute. I love her.
Hello, Gil. When are you cleaning up that repair on the sensor console?
I'm not. It's a redesign.
A redesign? Without a trained crew?
I'm trained and it's working great. Don't be so uptight.
Dude, I don't
Everything
like you.
okay?
Oh, fine.
What's
Fine.
wrong
Don't
with
worry about it.
Gil? Are you serious?
What can I do for you?
Your opinions on others.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
Well,
I'll kick him out.
I can't talk about Suvi. She's sitting right there.
I'm not listening. You can say whatever you like.
Oh no, I'm not falling for that again.
I couldn't help overhearing you and Gil. Sounded pretty heated.
He likes redesigning things, but the ship was built this way for a reason.
I'm so
I
on
wish
your
Gil
side,
would respect
Kala.
that.
I'm on
It's
your
nothing to
side.
concern yourself about, really.
You know, I haven't actually met many Solarians.
Careful. Depending who you ask, we're conniving spies, genius researchers, or meddling scientists. We have to pack a lot of living into 40-odd years. Everything gets accelerated. Lines blur. I just hope we don't repeat our old mistakes out here.
What do you think of the rest of the crew?
I'll admit it. Gil's rather irritating. He insists on redesigning systems rather
I
than
don't like
maintaining
that.
them.
I like the Tempest.
He likes to do things his way.
That doesn't make it the right way.
I don't like the way he's treating him.
If you helped to build the Tempest, you must...
The initiative needed absolutely up-to-date technology, which we all had to coordinate, and some of it was rather tricky to acquire.
Acquire?
Buy. Legally and above board, of course. Yes. Sadly, the other Pathfinder vessels were lost when the Scourge hit the Nexus. The Tempest is truly unique.
I'll let you concentrate.
You know where I'll...
You know where I'll be. You know where I'll be. Okay. So, where does it want me to go? That's cool that it shows you the... It wants me to do this. I think I have to go to the Nexus. System view.
Anomaly on sensors.
Where?
Anomaly on sensors.
What are you talking about?
Probe away. Satellite detected.
Probe away, probe away. I got some research data. Oh, shit. System view is what I need. System view.
I'm picking up something.
Nanok. Speak with Tan at the Nexus Pathfinder. Give EOS radiation time to clear. No. Almost did it again.
Anomaly on sensors.
Ooh, pretty. That one's pretty. Hello. Sail away, sail away, sail away.
Anomaly on sensors.
What anomaly, though? I feel like I'm... Is it... Hopefully it's just on here. I'm confused. What you talking about?
Anomaly detected.
Okay.
Deploying probe.
What was it?
Probes launched.
That was wrong.
Probes launched. Tracking a huge mineral deposit.
Yay! Beryllium! Okay.
I'm picking up something.
Where, though? On EOS? Because I'm only at... Oh, activate scanner. I think it's still on here. Is it this? Ooh, I'm confused. Picking up something where, girl?
I'm picking up something.
But where? Is it this because it's like lighting up? Oh. That's cool. I didn't know you could do it from there. It's an asteroid.
Mineral deposit.
I'm not like a big space fan. Like, I've honestly not watched the original Star Wars movies. I've seen bits and pieces. I've watched the newer ones. I just thought it wasn't my thing, but Mass Effect and Mass Effect alone is what's making me think, oh wait, maybe I'll like science fiction and space stuff. You know? So thank you, Mass Effect. So here's the Nexus. So pretty. I like space facts. I like learning about space. I like learning about planets. It amazes me.
Familiar territory.
But I just, in terms of like fantasy and fiction and stuff and games, it's never really been my thing. I like medieval-ish fantasy, dwarves, elves, and such. So I'm gonna explore. Beautiful.
Anomaly detected. Probes launched. Getting a scan.
It's a volcano. It's a volcano.
Anomaly on sensors.
away. I found something.
Element 0. That's good. It's rare, right? Hell yeah. Let me know if y'all want to. I'm gonna leave it in for this episode. Let me know if you want me to leave it in. If you don't, I can edit it out and like fit more of other gameplay in. Just let me know. I mean, I enjoy this. I like it, but I don't know as a viewer if it's kind of fun to watch. Probably not. I just think it's super chill. Nothing beats Mass Effect 2 scanning, though. Something about Mass Effect 2 scanning is like another level.
What's left of a ship.
Whoa! Cool. That was a lot. Almost done. This one? Oh, I already did this one. Oops. Progression 83%. So what did I not go to? Oh, is it this? Could be. I don't know if I scanned it. So cool. Have I been here? Oh, I don't know if I've been here before. No, I've been to the Nexus. Yeah, that's where I got my ship. So why is it acting like I haven't been here? It's where we met everyone and got the ship. Maybe I had to like land there for it to count as it being discovered.
Pathfinder, is it true? We're settling Eos.
That
We thought that before.
But Eos is
armor
different
color.
now, right? Pathfinder.
All right, settle down. Give him space. Lieutenant Syax, Kendros' aide. They all wanted to see you. Real hope again. It's been a while.
It's a good day to party.
Relax, Lieutenant. If there was ever a day to pop some champagne.
Yeah.
Certainly. The initiative's finally back on track.
Yes.
Professor Herrick, right?
What?
What you achieved with
What
that
was
remnant
that
vault
camera
is
angle?
unprecedented, Pathfinder. Impossible. But with
The
new
glitches
scientific
are
talent
funny.
waking up, we'll unravel those mysteries. The whole Nexus will benefit.
We've taken some hard knocks, but this proves we'll always get up again.
Always.
Well, what are you waiting for? There's a new world out there.
Thank you, Ryder.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. What are you doing, dude?
An expedition to Eos in the Pythian.
Residents are still mourning the loss of GN Garcon. Oh, are these... Is this everyone that I found? No, no, no. Sleep-starved residents. Sun lamps causing unending daylight. Aww. Violate illness related to cherry-like fruit brought back from Habitat 7 has authorities baffled. The scourge limits travel. Oh my god, this is a lot. I'm just running around, don't mind me. Oh, I can't jump. Pathfinder's just sprinting around. Don't mind her.
How may I assist?
That's all.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Gian Garson, founder of the initiative. Welcome to the Nexus. We ask that you spend
Gian.
Fallout processing, then we'll have you on your way. Across all sectors of the Nexus.
What's happening? What are you mad about? Wait, I don't know if I pressed the right button.
Cherry-like fruit brought back from Habitat 7.
I just read that.
Multiple passengers are still in quarantine. This is HNS.
I did not press the right button. My bad. Operations. Operations.
Lost to space during repairs on the Nexus hull. The victim's name has been withheld until next of kin in the Milky Way is notified. This
Who?
is HNS.
So I don't have to read them, I'll just hear them. That's cute. Okay, we back. So I have to review the evidence of that guy's case. Oh, hi.
Pathfinder, do you have just a minute?
Yes, I do.
Ryder, isn't it? Kerry Tevessa, freelance filmmaker.
Yes.
This is Hakeem, my producer. I could use your help.
Hey.
What are you looking for? Director Tans asked for an uplifting documentary on the initiative. Translation, paint rainbows over our problems. But our
I can do
problems
that.
are history. People deserve
Pride.
the truth, not propaganda.
I don't think I should flirt with her. I think that's noble. It's
it takes
true.
integrity to record the truth and nothing but.
Yes.
Well, I do my best. And you could help me out. The heart of my documentary will be an interview series. I was hoping you'd take part. I want the dirt and blood of our story, not the convenient fairy tale Tan's looking for. Interested?
I'll take part.
Okay, interview away.
Let's start at home. 14 months and the Nexus still isn't finished. Arcs are missing, we have people in exile. By any standard, this wasn't the plan. Our leadership describes these as anticipated issues. Would you agree?
All expeditions have to deal with supplies, enemies, or, hell, just getting lost. We'll deal with all of them. We just need time.
Tan will love that. But if that's your take, that's what goes in. Bandwidth means I'm transmitting in short bursts, so that's all for now. But you can bet I'll have more questions later.
Sure, I mean...
You were great. I'll get to work editing.
Yeah, I just feel like the more... I think there's a way to be honest and truthful, and the truth is with exploration and pioneers and stuff. It's just what happens, and she's, like, I feel like Perry's not gonna sugarcoat it, but we're also not gonna be super negative.
Please address
They have to
concerns
trust the
first,
leadership.
Mr. Addison. One must obey protocol.
Okay. Oh, why are you so angry, girl?
You've shaken things up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Sam said there was new functionality to discuss.
It's how the initiative was designed to support the Pathfinder. You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. That empowers all of us. Hit a threshold. A new cryo group can be brought out. Want more focus on research, like on prodromos? That's your call.
Okay.
Brekka will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide what life in Andromeda means. No pressure.
Speak with Addison's assistant, Brooke? Or Brekka?
Hello, Pathfinder.
Now he
I am
wants to talk to
Cryo-Deployment
me.
Administrator. Your first task is to decide irrevocably the course of every life in the...
You're kidding?
Yes, of course. But now you respect what we're doing. Andromeda viability and Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
So I decide what groups to wake up. Won't everyone be out eventually?
Absolutely. But there's an order to things.
That's
Lines
crazy.
Of support. You can't deploy an omelet without first deploying eggs. And eggs won't get you steak.
Okay, dude.
Except it's people, and how all our lives begin.
How are you measuring thresholds?
It's based on resource estimates and the general stability. The more you achieve, the greater capacity we can accommodate, the more the initiative can do for you. Simplest explanation, the more you do, the more room we have to grow.
Oh yeah, I saw
What's the
that.
rundown on AVP?
Much of the preparation in the Milky Way was determining how to measure success. Thresholds are about capacity, but this is about cost, what we can actually afford to support. Points aren't the most elegant system, but it makes it clear. The more you earn, the more we can deploy.
Okay. What's first?
All right, Brekka. Where do I start?
The interface is active and will respond only to a Pathfinder. It's ready. You may begin shaping the initiative at your leisure.
Leisured. Spend AVP to gain perks. But where do I do that? Sorry if I missed that. Hey, do you want to talk to me? And say something
Yes,
nice?
Pathfinder?
How are we doing on the viability front?
Struggling. Need I remind you that viability isn't abstract, it's love. Get out there, Ryder. Pathfind. We're dying.
Okay.
Pathfinder.
Adios, bitch. Damn. Let's see. Oh. Oh. The collective integrity of the colonization. Okay. Cool. So EOS is pretty up there. I think I have to... I don't know. I might spend the next part of this making that 100%. I don't know.
Hello again. Hello. Director Tan is expecting you.
Last time I was here, this was a storage closet.
Pathfinder Hall just needed a Pathfinder to open.
We're still getting the commons area ready. Hydroponics is only at partial.
Y'all, I thought that was
Not
a
good enough.
man.
We don't have enough
I
people.
died.
Workers need a break, Tan.
I was like,
Sympathize,
what?
but not until
That
our
voice
survival
is
is
so
no longer at risk.
interesting.
Now, please excuse me
I'm
while I meet
sorry
with our
for that.
Pathfinder.
Ignorance.
Hey, Ryder. Addison told me about the outpost. You're the hero of the hour.
Let's hold off on the celebration. We haven't found home yet.
Oh, there's no need for modesty. Success affords leverage over those who doubted you.
And you're my best friend.
A patron. One who shares your vision of a prosperous future.
Due respect, Director Tan, but you don't know me.
Oh, I think I do. Your ingenuity speaks for itself, Ryder. Deciphering the vault, alien terraforming. It's not how we imagined all this, but a good Pathfinder improvises. And a great one hangs it on the wall. Yours are the first trophies to grace Pathfinder Hall. You're a symbol now, Ryder.
Wow.
A reason for people to believe.
It wouldn't have been possible without my crew. They're a talented bunch.
But you're their beacon.
Careful. He'll end up adopting you, Ryder.
Ah, my staff.
Colleagues, you wouldn't be looking to cut us out, would you, Tan?
I remind you, I am the director of the initiative.
Acting director.
This isn't the time for arguing over who gets to be king. Too much is at stake. We should be cooperating.
That's what I've been saying since we arrived.
Then I look forward to winning our Pathfinder support.
I have concerns about your decision on Eos, Ryder. An outpost full of scientists won't do us much good if the Kett attack.
But it will help support the Nexus. Improved research could help feed our people.
And we could argue about it all day long, as we always do. The decision was made. Now we move on.
Yeah, that's true.
What is your plan for moving on, Ryder?
We have a lead on the terraforming network. I need to take the Tempest deeper into the sector to investigate. If the other Golden Worlds are where they should be, this could get us closer to them.
Careful. The Kett are scouring the cluster for remnant technology. You'll end up in a fight, for sure. You might also run into exiles. They didn't leave the Nexus on good terms.
And we still need more outposts. They're important to expanding the station.
I thought it was a man.
Still missing, this could be a chance for Ryder to search for them. Yes, I think
I was
that's
like,
best.
why does this
You
guy
have my
Kroger
permission.
have such a feminine voice? I don't need permission.
I wasn't really asking for it.
Yeah.
I support that kind of enthusiasm.
Yeah, of course
Right.
you do. Right. She's sassy. I like her sassy. I leveled up. Okay, so I loved Lance, I think it was called. Look at all my peeps. So I think I'm gonna level that up. Yeah. Confirm, and then when I go to profiles, that's somewhere here, right? So let's figure out what we want, a profile we want. I like this too, because then you can like switch profiles and then switch companions, so you don't have to like no one will get ignored unless they really suck. Mental and visual. Keep track of our enemies throughout a chaotic battle. Weapon headshot. So infiltrator looks like sniper if I wanted to go that way. Sentinel. Tech recharge. Power shield. No. I think it's sentinel that I want. So, or no, not infiltrator. So 3 skill points each invested in combat and tech. So let's do... Because this is just what I'm really am like, I want this. I do. And then confirm and exit. And then let's do tech. For tech, oh my god. I haven't even touched this stuff. Flamethrower. Invasion. Y'all said I could freeze as targets, priming them for combo detonation. Overload. So I think I would get like cryo. So that detonates and this primes. So I think it would be either incinerate or cryo, which I like freezing a lot. So I'm gonna get this one. Okay, Cora. You have 6 points. So I'm gonna give you one here. Shotgun damage. You have 3 points now. So do we want it for Nova or charge? Betra, you seem to be a really good tank. So I'm gonna give you this. Oh, she only has 2. I don't want to be a tank. Drack might be a good tank too. Ooh, 12 points. He might just be a good damage. Combat passive. We'll experiment with all of them. Okay, so she's tech and biotic, which is pretty cool. Five points. That's really cool. Liam, I just haven't been absolutely loving you. No offense. The grenade, I think, is the best. That's not that fun. Sorry if that offends anyone. He's just okay, in my opinion.
Ryder, this is Harry, back on the Ark.
Go ahead.
We may have found a way to talk to your brother. Drop by when you can. Hyperion Medbay.
Will do.
Okay, friends, that is the end of the episode. I had to cut this recording into 2 because I recorded for almost 3 hours because I couldn't stop playing. I will be back with another episode very soon, and feel free to drop some tips and hints down below. And yeah, I will see you next time. Cool thing that's just been added to the channel is memberships, which means if you pay $3 a month, you get access to videos as soon as they are uploaded and processed, which I like to do things in advance, so see a video way before I upload it. And you get other perks like priority replies to comments and a wand badge and like emotes. So if that's something that interests you, that's available. If not, no worries. Keep enjoying for free. I appreciate you all so much. I appreciate you watching and experiencing these wonderful games with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I hope you all have a magical day. Bye.